If you want to get some tips and hints how to successfully apply and get Stipendium Hungaricum scholarship in 2024-2025, then continue watching this video. I have separate videos on required documents and how to pass successfully interview for Stipendium Hungaricum. Please watch them, and I would really appreciate if you hit the like and subscribe for future videos. So let's get into it. The first tip, get ready in advance. Even if application is open for more than 2 months, you have to start getting ready now. Please learn more about the major you want to apply, about the university you want to apply, about the person who is responsible in your country. Even you can get in touch with the person, write to him or her, finding his or her contact in the website of Stipendium Hungaricum, and ask more details on how to apply for the scholarship. In most cases, they will be very friendly to answer to you. Even if they don't, they will be reviewing your application and for sure will remember your name because you were consistent contacting them and getting more information on the Stipendium Hungaricum procedure. In my case, I contacted the responsible person in my country 2 months before the actual application date, and I asked him whether I need to provide any additional documents that is not mentioned in Stipendium Hungaricum website. Of course, it supported my application a lot because I was among one of the first students nominated by a partner country. Me contacting the person in my country showed that how serious I am towards this scholarship and how I am ready to provide any additional document that is required. The second tip is about how to choose a university within the Stipendium Hungaricum scholarship. When you're applying for the scholarship, you are able to choose 2 universities. Okay, here it's very interesting and tricky because even if you are 100% sure about your application, you have to choose 2 different universities. In what term? Of course, everyone wants to study at best universities in Hungary, but what I would recommend here, then even if you 100% sure about your application, as a first choice, choose the best university that you think is good for you, but as a second choice, choose less demanding and less popular university, even if it is not in the capital of the country, and apply for that. Why? Because if you are not able to get accepted into the first university because it's high ranking or it's demanding, your chances are much higher to be accepted by the second university, as they are less demanding and they have less requirements for international students. In my term, I was very sure about my application, so I applied for the 2 best universities in Hungary. I got accepted for both of them. It was University of Szeged and Corvinus University, but later on I helped to several students to get into universities, and of course when I saw the application I was less sure whether they can get into the university in Budapest, because of course Budapest universities are more demanding. They were applying first for the good university in Budapest, and as a second choice they had the university which is less demanding, which is not in Budapest, and of course they were accepted for the second university. The third tip is about what you should write in the application form itself. Many people write only education and a little bit about their work experience if they have it, but what I recommend, you should write as much as you can in application form. What it can be, for example, volunteering, exchange experience, projects, anything that can show that you are an active participant in your community, in your university, in your school. So try to remember whatever you have done, even if it is like 10 years ago, and write it in your application form. And the next tip is also connected to the application itself. Attach as many documents as you can. It can be a certificate on how you can swim, it doesn't matter, or certificate on how you can paint, whatever that show that you are an active student, you are an active participant. When you write the things in your application form, you have to support it with a document, you have to support it with the proofs. So please find all the certificates that you have, scan it and submit it in the platform. The fifth tip is about motivation letter. Believe me, motivation letter sometimes takes 50% of your success. You have to draft a motivation letter very carefully. You have to take your time. You have to be very patient on that. I have separate video on how to write motivation letter for scholarships. Please watch it. I'm sure it will help you a lot. And we will go further to the next tip, which is about research proposal. You should research and try to understand whether your research proposal and research interests are aligned with the university research areas. Because if you apply for something that university is not available to find a supervisor for, most probably you will not be accepted. So try to search in the university's website and find the supervisors who are specialized specifically in your field, and then choose this university as your first or second choice. The last thing is about how to find a supervisor. In most cases, you are assigned a supervisor after you are accepted for the scholarship, which was my case at Corvinus University of Budapest. But remember that depending on the university, it can be different. So what you can do here, for sure, contact the university itself and ask, usually it's the international department, ask about their procedure, because even if they say that no, we will assign it later, they have to provide a support letter for your application, which was my case at Corvinus University of Budapest. So what I did, I contacted the international department, they asked me for motivation letter and research proposal, and later on they gave me support letter which I attached to my application. But it was different in the second university I chose. At the University of Szeged, you have to find the supervisor. The supervisor should agree to give you a support letter and supervise you in case you are accepted. I contacted approximately 6 supervisors. I sent them my research proposal and asked them to support my application. Of course, nobody answered me except one lady who agreed to give me a motivation letter. But before that, I had a small talk with her in Zoom. I was able to provide 2 support letters, one from the university itself and second from the supervisor herself. So it helped to enhance my application a lot. If you want to show that you are serious about this scholarship, for sure you have to find a supervisor. So that's why, again, it's very important for you to get ready in advance, to prepare your motivation letter, your research proposal in advance, to be able to do all these procedures before the actual application opens. You know, it's very important, because you never know which documents will be required by the university. The application period is from November 15th till January 15th. You will have more than 2 months to apply for the scholarship. I wish you good luck and see you in my next videos.